Facial recognition got a hit. Jesus Christ.
Right guys, hello, how's it going? It is Finn here and welcome to my Premier League Matchweek 29 previews, where of course I'll be discussing every single game coming up this Premier League Matchweek. Now, because of the FA Cup, this is going to be a shorter Premier League Matchweek than normal, as we only have 4 games to talk about. But you know what, these 4 games coming up this Premier League Matchweek are still going to be really good, because starting off the week, we've got Fulham versus Leeds United, the 2 promoted teams in the Premier League. Next up, we've got Newcastle United versus Brighton. After that, West Ham United versus Arsenal. That game should have a lot of quality in it.
Don't give me hope.
And to end off this Premier League match week, we've got Aston Villa versus Spurs. So you know what, although this Premier League match week is short, it still has a lot of quality, which is probably how I describe myself. I say that, but funnily enough, this is my 3rd time recording this intro, because the first 2 times, I didn't have my microphone plugged in. That's quality. Now, as I said, game number 1 of this Premier League match week will be Fulham versus Leeds United, the 2 promoted teams in the Premier League. And I am going to give Leeds United a 3-2 win as my prediction for the scoreline. But looking at it, it really could go either way, because looking at Fulham, they've probably been in better form than Leeds United as of late in the Premier League. I mean, Fulham have only lost 4 out of their last 11 Premier League games. I think Fulham, they might actually be able to claw their way out and escape from the relegation zone. They are not looking bad. Yes, they lost 3-0 to Manchester City, but before that, let's not forget that they beat Liverpool. I think Fulham has a lot of potential behind them. Look, defensively, not the greatest, and we know that, but luckily neither are Leeds United. And looking at Leeds United, their form hasn't been the best of late. They just drew 0-0 to Chelsea though, which I'm not sure what that says about Chelsea, but you know what? Defensively, Leeds United looked a lot stronger in that game. But before that, they did lose 2-0 to West Ham, and before that, they lost 1-0 to Aston Villa. So you know what? Leeds also have their ups and downs. Earlier on this Premier League season, it ended 4-3 in Leeds United's favour. So you know what? As I said, I'm going for a big scoreline once again, with Leeds United once again taking the victory, although I really wouldn't be surprised if Fulham won it. But you know what? Because I think there's going to be a lot of goals in it, it's not necessarily because I think the attack is great. I just think defensively both teams are awful. But you know what? Leeds United obviously praised for their attacking abilities. I do think that they will win it. And the player to watch, I'm going to go for Rafinha once again. He's just such a fresh breath of air. That's not the saying, is it? But at the end of the day, if Leeds United defend the same way that they did against Chelsea, I do think that they should get the victory over Fulham. But as I said, the quality in Fulham overall from defense to attack is probably better. It will be a close game, but I will give Leeds United the win in this fixture. Game number 2 of this Premier League match week, and ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe it. We have already reached the halfway stage of this Premier League match week.
Cut.
What's wrong? Okay, so we get it. You're trying to be like cute and quirky and funny as your like brand identity and everything, but even I have to admit that was lame, even for me. But it is going to be Brighton versus Newcastle United, and once again, I think this game could be a lot more exciting than some people may think, and I am going to give Brighton a 2-1 win. I think that it has potential to go either way, but previously Brighton did beat Southampton 2-1. I thought attacking-wise, they looked very good in that game. Before that, they lost 2-1 to Leicester City, which I didn't think they looked bad in, and neither did they look bad in that 1-0 loss versus West Brom. I think defensively, Brighton have not looked bad, although I do think that they would probably score more goals if they swapped Maupay and Dunk around. Saying that Maupay is not the tallest player, so I don't know how he would do in defense. But you know what? Dunk has been very, very impressive as of late, and Brighton as a whole, I've been very impressed with, especially Sanchez in the goalkeeper position, and especially versus Newcastle United. I think defensively, they'll be difficult to get past. Defensively, they've been good, and once again, looking at Newcastle United, I mean, they've gotten 3 draws in their last 3 games, including one versus Aston Villa and versus Wolves, so defensively, they can be strong, but once again, without Wilson, Almiron, or even St. Maximum up front, attacking wise, they are lacking a lot of ability. And to be honest, I mean, as I said previously, their best player at the moment is probably he who shall not be named. But unfortunately, when he pings a pass forward, it ends up going to he who shall not score. So until they sort out their attacking abilities without Wilson up front, I do think Brighton will get the win. And in terms of a player to watch, it's tricky, but I'm going to go for Trossard. I think he's been really good up front lately, and I think he'll do it again in a game like this. The third game this Premier League match week, and the second last game of this match week already, is going to be between West Ham United and Arsenal, and I am so excited for this game because I don't remember the last time we got to this stage of the season and West Ham United were ahead of Arsenal, and I think I really want to give West Ham United a win in this, but I will put it down as a 1-1 draw. I really have no idea what this game entails. I think West Ham United so far this Premier League season have been brilliant. Obviously, they just lost 1-0 to Manchester United, which, how good are West Ham United? Even when Manchester United can't score against them, they say, you know what, we can at least score against ourselves with an own goal. But jokes aside, once again, throughout the season, I've been very impressed with West Ham United. Obviously, before that, look, when they lost to Manchester City, I thought that they were very close to getting an equalizer. As I said, throughout this whole season, the total quality of team at West Ham United has been very, very impressive. So if they got a result versus Arsenal, I would not be surprised. But obviously, Arsenal, I think going into this, even though they're much lower on the Premier League table, they are not completely out of it. They've just beaten Tottenham Hotspurs 2-1, and I thought attacking wise Arsenal was so dominant in that game. They looked absolutely brilliant, and when it came to being defensive, they were very smart, they were very calm, they passed through the back, and that's like the best I've seen Arsenal play in a very, very long time. Although, if you guys didn't watch, I did live stream the game where I did a live watch along, which of course, if that is kind of content you like along with this, subscribe if you're not subscribed and hit the bell notification to be notified when I do go live. But what a great attacking game, but I'm just so upset that game ended with a penalty. It was just so undeserving of the way that game should have ended, and Lamela, he messed that up so bad for Tottenham Hotspurs. He scored a Rabona and then got a red card and cost Tottenham Hotspurs the win. I mean, it's like going out with a girl on a date. Everything's going well. You watch a romantic movie, you're able to put your arm around her, you go out for dinner, she laughs at your jokes, you're able to get her home safely, you're at her door, and just before you go, you're about to give her a kiss, and then you sneeze on her face. What is wrong with you, Lamela? But you know what? As I said, Arsenal looked very, very good in that game. I was especially impressed with Smith Rowe. I think West Ham United versus Arsenal is going to be a very attacking game, especially now that Jesse Lingard is back in the squad. And could Jesse Lingard do a solid job versus Arsenal? I really do think so, because obviously as a Manchester United fan, I'm used to seeing Jesse Lingard. Well, not recently of the last year, because he hasn't played that much. But when Lingard plays against Arsenal, he's normally very good. Going to be a close contest, and I think a draw is a deserving result, and Lingard probably my player to watch. What, like 4 goals and 2 assists in 6 games? Where was that at Manchester United? Now, ladies and gentlemen, the final game of this Premier League match week, Aston Villa versus Tottenham Hotspurs, and this could be a big game for both teams because obviously Spurs are hoping that Heung-min Son can play through injury, and Aston Villa, there is a chance that Jack Grealish might be able to return, because Aston Villa without Grealish, they are horrible, and that is really unfortunate for them. Obviously, looking at Aston Villa, before this they drew 1-1 to Newcastle, before that they drew 0-0 to Wolves, and before that they lost 1-0 to Sheffield United, which isn't promising for them. They need Jack Grealish in their squad. And once again, talking about Sheffield United and what happened with Chris Wilder as of late, if you guys have not seen it, I recently made a video where I spoke about the entire career of Chris Wilder, from player till now. If you guys want to watch that, click on the I thingy up above. I've done YouTube for 2 years. I still don't know which side it is, but check that out. But Aston Villa have not been good without Grealish, and I do think Spurs will be able to win, because although they didn't look good versus Arsenal, I mean, they were horrible in the first half, I do think that they have that attacking ability to beat Aston Villa, because obviously before this, they got a 4-1 win versus Crystal Palace, and before that, a 4-0 win versus Burnley. So you would really hope for Jose Mourinho's men that he can beat Aston Villa. But I will say that decisions didn't go their way for Spurs. Obviously, Harry Kane was nowhere to be seen. Gareth Bale was subbed off. Obviously, Son got injured, and after that Rabona, Lamela getting a red card, that killed my Rabona.
FBI, open up!
Heung-min Son is match ready for a game like this, and Spurs have their attackers back in this game. I do think that they will get a win versus Aston Villa, but it will be a close one either way. But ladies and gentlemen, as I said, short Premier League match week coming up, but there is a lot of quality in it. I hope you end up enjoying watching this Premier League match week. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Obviously, my Premier League Match Week 29 predictions and previews. If you have done so, please leave a like down below. Get this video to 10 likes. But I'm looking very forward to this Premier League Match Week. Put your predictions down below in the comment section. I'm interested to see what you guys think. But guys, this has been Finn, FYNN. Have a good one. Cheers. Bye.